G.I.A Automotive. Today I want to thank all you subscribers that have subscribed to my channel and are loyal followers of my videos. I'm going to be making a video today that is different from what you guys normally are used to seeing, and like you see it on the title, for $160 you can find a car. That is the cheapest I've ever bought a car for, and I want to show you what I did to find it and how you're going to find it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and get notifications on new videos that will be uploaded, and more secrets and tricks, advice, and opinions on cars, vehicles, repairs, and more. Today I want to talk about finding the best deal possible on any used car. The cheapest I've ever bought a car for was $160. For $160, I found the car that was this right here. Where are you? The car I found was a 93 Honda Civic, and the condition of it wasn't running. It was parked somewhere near O'Hare Airport in Chicago, Illinois, and I had seen that car for sale for maybe a month, and the car needed to be towed out of there. It didn't work. It didn't run. What it needed was the bumper. It needed a hood. It needed a belt. The alternator belt was not on, and everything else was intact. The body was decent enough. It was above average, actually, to buy it. And the pluses were that the bumper came in the trunk, the new bumper that I bought from the kid that owned it. He bought the bumper, threw it in there. He bought the alternator, threw it in there. A bunch of parts that it needed to work were already in the car. So basically they gave up on it, or they seen it was more work than it was gonna be for them to take on to finish the task, and it ended up being a lot more. 100%. I ended up getting the car running, but it took me a lot of work and time and investigation to get it going. At the end, I had to break the alternator. The old alternator had a seized pulley, and then after they tried to get the alternator out, they couldn't. The bolt was seized up. The bottom bolt was seized up, so I ended up breaking the whole housing on the bottom of the alternator to remove the alternator, and then I installed the alternator with the belt to find out that the car was not running good. It was misfiring, and I ended up doing all the wiring for the tune-up, spark plugs, every single thing that is on the list for a tune-up, fuel pump, the pressure test on the fuel pump, the pressure test after the fuel filter, So what ended up happening was that I ended up doing the timing belt, and that solved the car's running issue. It got it going running perfect after I did the timing belt. That's just an idea of when you go buy a car and you think, man, I got a heck of a deal. If you do the work yourself, you still have to invest your time, your money on the parts, and yeah, you can have a decent ride, but that's when you do the work yourself. So when you buy a car for even 500 bucks, you can just assume, let's say that it needs a transmission or an engine. So you can say, well, I'm gonna assume that it's gonna need the worst case scenario, and if it doesn't, you're coming up ahead. But remember that I do the work myself, so that's where you're gonna save money. So today I'm gonna show you what I did to find a car for that price, or even $500 for that matter. But this car was for sale for a long time, and the person had it parked on right next to their house, and I guess their parents were pressuring them to get it out of there. They didn't want to see it anymore. They weren't gonna fix it. It was just there. Um, so I showed up. I told them, if you want me to get it out of there, this is how much I'll give you. I gotta call a tow truck, get it towed out of there, and it was on flats. The wheels in the back needed air. Um, a bunch of things were wrong with it. So when somebody is just done with a car, they want to get rid of it. It's basically you or the junk man that's gonna come get it. The junk man's gonna come get it with their tow truck. They're gonna offer them the rock bottom price, 150 bucks, maybe 100 bucks. Um, with title, you get a little bit more. But if you want to save a car before it goes to the junkyard, I'm gonna show you how to find the best deal, and um, this will be various different makes and models of cars that we're gonna talk about today. And I'm gonna tell you what are good, what are bad, what you can expect from certain models, and what are the hot cars that go quick that people sleep on that they should know about. So let's talk about one specific place that I look for cars. That's Craigslist, which most people look for cars there. Um, Craigslist, we're going to start by owners only. And you go to your settings and put whatever price you want. We're going to do 1,000. And then you're going to hit the refresh. And you're going to see everything that comes up for that price range without typing anything on the search bar. If you want to type something on a search bar just for a specific make and model, you can. But I just put the price, leave the search bar empty, so everything comes up. Everything from $1 to $1,000 will come up. So now let's talk about what comes up here. First on the list is a 2012 Chevy Tahoe for 2,000 bucks. Now that's too good of a deal, and this is something that you should flag immediately. Somebody that just wants your information. They got their email address here. They want you to email them back, and you're going to be emailing with them forever because it's just somebody that wants your information. That's all that is. So I always flag them, get them out of the list. And here, O2 Focus, 800 bucks. Let's look at it. 127,000 miles. No check engine light. It looks decent. That car, I would say, is a good deal if the transmission is okay. Um, Little four-cylinder cars from Ford are very fragile and they need to be driven like a grandma. Automatic transmissions on them too. Um, Seems like a good deal. Oh, let me show you down here. It says they posted it 3 hours ago. This is important when you want to go see a car, and it'll tell you 21 days ago, 30 days ago, 4 days ago. This guy just posted it 3 hours ago. So when you see something that's been posted for a long time, let's say this guy has it for 800 bucks. For 800 bucks, someone's gonna buy that car for 500, maybe 600, and it's not gonna be there long because it's a four-cylinder car, which is what is desired by most people. Gas, fuel efficient vehicles is what is desired by just about everybody nowadays. So that's gonna go quick if it's what it is. If it's something else that needs work, like the transmission slipping, it's gonna sit there for a while and someone might give them 400. Now you're going down to 300 maybe. Land Cruiser, special order all the time for parts. Not everybody wants to work on them. Odyssey, Honda Odyssey, very good engine, very bad on the transmission. Usually always have transmission issues with those right away. Exhaust would need replacing. That's not that bad. If that's all it needs, it only has 143,000 miles. No picture. The best van would be Toyota Sienna. Very durable, reliable vans. Solid transmissions. There's another solid car here, an Impala. 3800 series. General Motor products with the 3800 series are very, very good cars. Very cheap to maintain. Here's an 05 Trailblazer for 1,000. These are all recent listings. Here's one for 450. This car in Montgomery. No title. This was posted a day ago, updated a day ago. Here's a Cadillac for 500. A lot of headaches with Cadillacs. Don't let the look on a car make you want to buy it because it looks nice. Because certain cars is what it is like that. That's how they hook you. Chrysler cars look very nice. 300, the Chrysler 300, Chrysler Seabrains. Those cars look real nice, but they are very problematic, very weak, and unless they've been taken care of, you can pretty much be expecting buying someone else's issue. Here's a $300 car here. The price is firm, they said, because it's already cheap as it can be. Everything works good. Too much undercarriage rust. Not safe to drive, must be told. Was driven daily earlier this year. It's on its second catalytic converter. Has Monroe quick struts. Low miles on the tires. So that car is rusted from the bottom and is unsafe to drive. You get an idea of all the stuff here. This video can go on forever. We can go down the list and be talking for every single car for about 10-15 minutes. I'm just gonna tell you real quick what to stay away from. Here's an 07 Odyssey. They don't have the title. I would say stay away from late model trucks from General Motors with their electrical issues. Solid cars from them are 96 and down trucks. Run forever. Toyotas, Toyota Camry, Toyota Corolla, solid cars, 100%, run forever. They hold their value. Jetta, Volkswagen Jetta. Sometimes these cars, when they give you electrical issues, they have to be serviced only by the dealer. Infiniti, used Infinitis, parts are very expensive when they're not in stock. Sometimes you need to go specifically to the Infiniti dealer or the junkyard if you want to drive an Infiniti. What else? This is just one page of the way I search for a good deal. I would say the best luxury car would be either Lexus or the Mercedes, the E-Class series. The BMW 7 series, 745, 750. All those are real problematic when it comes to the electricals. The more gadgets they have, the more issues you're gonna have with them down the road if they're a little older, early 2000s to like I would say maybe 2012, and Jeeps are very, very good. Straight six Jeeps run forever, the engines. Lincoln town cars are tanks. They're built to cruise the road many, many miles. Limo drivers use them. They're like the same, like a Crown Victoria, basically, just a little bit more luxury with the front clip, leather seats, and a little bit more electronics. Basically, it's a Ford though. Let's see. Ford Explorer, excellent truck. Built solid, easy to get parts, easy to work on. But stay away from the Ford Explorer with the chargers, with the turbochargers in them. If you want to get a newer model Explorer, I would say get the V6. Only gasoline V6. No No turbo. Not anything with a turbo wears out quick, gives you issues, and you need to have real clean oil in a turbo car. Very, very specific, the grade of oil that it uses, and very delicate when it comes to having variable valve timing sensors and solenoids that work with clean oil. You got dirty oil in some cars like that, you can expect issues with the turbo. Um, yeah, so don't get Ford Explorer that are turbo Ford Explorers. 100% you're gonna have issues with them. Also, the Ford Edge, another truck from Ford, very, very problematic when it comes to the water pump. You're gonna be doing the timing belt when the water pump leaks. They changed all the configuration on where the water pump sits from that 96 Explorer to the um, I would say 2008, 2012 Edge, the 3.5 engine with the water pump running off the timing belt. Expect that to go out and expect it to be very costly if you're going to have someone fix it, because when you have that 97 Explorer, water pump's no big deal to change it. It's right in the front. Um, Chevy Blazer, very good if you get the one that is the 6 cylinder. If you get that Trailblazer, get the straight six, the inline six. Um, let's see what else. Dodge Ram, Dodge Dakota, very solid trucks. If you're gonna get a work truck, um, Dodge Ram. The issues that you can look for those are that you're gonna find with those are transmission. It calls for the specific ATF plus 4. The transmission fluid for all Chrysler products are very specific. Put the wrong fluid in there, I've seen cars stop moving because you put the wrong fluid in there. And then you can expect either first I would start with a flush, change the gasket, the filter, and put the proper fluid in there. And then when you start driving the car, if it moves, you don't force it, just let it switch into gears on its own. And for any car that you go look at, people are going to tell you everything and anything that they need to say to sell it to you. They're not going to tell you everything that's wrong with it. There's always going to be something wrong with it. And it's a gamble. You're buying someone else's problems. So you can assume that, keep that in the back of your mind, and be prepared for it, because that is something that always happens. I bought a car from somebody, and as soon as I drove it off of their property, 2 feet away from their driveway, it shut off. It cut off, and it was the fuel pump. And I bought the car for cheap, and I didn't complain or cry about it. I towed the car and brought it home and did the fuel pump. Another time, the car, um, a Chevy Blazer, he said it was just a starter. So I put a starter on it where it was, and I bought a new starter, put it on, and it still didn't start. It was some fuses or something. Was the relay? He had tampered with the relays, so the starter wouldn't engage. And then I got that to work, to find out that the transmission was slipping. And that's just another example I can think of shady people on Craigslist. But when you're buying something at a price, you gotta expect these things and just move on. Go with the flow. You like the car, certain things about it, then you're gonna go ahead and fix it. Another time I bought a Cadillac, and he said that it needed a starter, or the engine. The car wouldn't start. It was locked. The engine was locked up. It needed a new engine, and I bought the car for 500 or 600 bucks, and I had it towed and pushed it into my garage just to find out that it needed an engine, and I had to do an engine job. So these are all things that you need to be aware. When you go to look at a car, you're gonna see the person. They're gonna tell you everything that you want to hear, and you need to be aware of these things. Look underneath the car, sit in the driver's seat, get familiar with it, play with all the buttons. Um, Check the oil before you start it. Is the oil dirty? That means they didn't change the oil. So you can pretty much expect that the car wasn't taken care of. And after you get the car home, change the oil, take off the wheels, inspect it. Just because it drove fine doesn't mean that you should, rely on it not breaking down on you because it felt like it was fine. You will need to do certain things to a car to protect your investment and keep it rolling and safe for you. Now you can put your kids in the car, you're gonna need to do certain things to it. So anyways, the next video I'll show you guys how to look for a deal with you not even touching the computer. I'm going to show you how to refresh your page automatically, and an alarm will go off when you see something change. So stay tuned, comment and subscribe. Tell me what you thought about this video. You got any questions, go ahead and shoot them at me through this video. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you are thinking. And you guys stay safe out there, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Have a nice day.